Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Sumayyam AI Wali, student at Rehan AI Teacher Training Institute Batch 21. Today we are diving into a powerful topic that can truly transform the way we think, learn and grow. How to create a growth mindset and embrace challenges. I'll be having this conversation with ChatGPT, asking meaningful questions and sharing my short reflections along the way. A growth mindset is the belief that our abilities, intelligence, and talents are not fixed. They can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. In today's fast changing world, having a growth mindset is more important than ever. It helps us overcome fear of failure, stay resilient in tough situations, and continuously improve ourselves. Instead of saying, I can't do this, a growth mindset shift our thinking to, I can't do this yet. Embracing challenges means stepping outside our comfort zone, taking risks, and being okay with making mistakes. It's about learning from failures rather than being discouraged by them. This mindset not only builds confidence but also opens doors for personal and professional success. So, let's begin. So, ChatGPT, I have questions about how to create a growth mindset and embrace challenges.
I'd love to help with that. What kind of questions are you thinking about? Are you looking for practical steps, psychological insights, maybe how to handle setbacks? Let me know the direction you want and we can dive in.
First of all, understanding growth mindset. So, what is growth mindset in simple words, simple terms?
Great starting point. So, in simple terms, a growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence aren't fixed. They can be developed with effort, learning, and persistence. So, when you face challenges, instead of thinking, I can't do this, you think, I can't do this yet, but I can grow.
Hmm, that makes sense. Means it's all about believing we can improve.
Exactly. It's all about that belief that effort and practice can lead to progress, even if we stumble at first. And when you embrace challenges, that mindset helps you bounce back stronger.
Right, ChatGPT, how is a growth mindset different from a fixed mindset?
Good question. So, a fixed mindset is when you believe your qualities like intelligence or talent are static and you can't really change them. So, you might avoid challenges because you fear failure. In contrast, a growth mindset sees challenges as opportunities and you believe you can get better with practice and time.
It's about perspective, right?
Exactly. It's really about how you interpret setbacks and effort. With a growth mindset, you see challenges as a chance to stretch yourself, while a fixed mindset can keep you stuck in fear of failure.
Why is having a growth mindset important in life?
Yeah, that's a big one. It's important because it helps you keep going, even when things get tough. It encourages resilience, lifelong learning, and it opens up more opportunities because you're not afraid to try new things.
Right, ChatGPT, can anyone develop a growth mindset?
Absolutely. It's not something you're born with or without. It's a skill you can develop over time. By becoming aware of your thoughts, embracing challenges, and practicing self compassion, you can shift your mindset gradually.
Good to know. It's something I can build over time, right?
Exactly. And the best part is, even small daily shifts like reframing setbacks as learning opportunities can gradually build that growth mindset.
Why do people often avoid challenges?
Yeah, a lot of times it's because of fear of failure, fear of looking incompetent, or just wanting to stay in a comfort zone. But once they push past that initial discomfort, they often discover they're more capable than they thought.
True, means fear holds us back a lot.
Exactly. And once you recognize that fear is just a normal part of growth, it becomes easier to step forward, even if it feels uncomfortable at first.
How can I start seeing challenges as opportunities?
A great first step is to reframe your thinking. When a challenge pops up, instead of seeing it as a roadblock, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? You can also celebrate small wins along the way so you build that positive momentum.
Love that shift in thinking. Thank you.
You're so welcome. It really is a small mindset shift, but it can make a huge difference. Just be patient with yourself and keep practicing.
What are small ways to step out of our comfort zone?
Yeah, definitely. You can start with little things. Maybe take on a new task at work, try a hobby you've been curious about, or even just have a conversation with someone who sees things differently. Small steps really add up.
Right, ChatGPT. How do challenges help us grow mentally?
That's a great question. Challenges push us beyond what we know. They force us to problem solve, adapt, and develop new skills. Every time we overcome a challenge, we prove ourselves that we're capable, which reinforces that growth mindset.
Right. Why is failure important for growth?
That's really key. Failure is important because it gives us feedback. It shows us what didn't work so we can adjust, learn, and keep improving. Without failure, we wouldn't really know how to grow.
How can I stop fearing failure?
Yeah, that's really common. One way is to start small, take low stakes risks so you can get used to the discomfort, and remind yourself that failure is just a step in the process, not a final verdict on your ability.
That's a powerful mindset shift. What should I do after failing at something?
Exactly. After reflect on what happened, I wrong and what you can learn. Then adjust your approach and try again. Each attempt builds your skills and resilience.
So, learning is important instead of quitting.
Exactly. Every time you learn something from a failure, it brings you one step closer to success. So the more you focus on growth, the more those challenges become stepping stones.
What habits help develop a growth mindset?
Ooh, great question. Some helpful habits are setting small, achievable goals, practicing self reflection regularly, seeking feedback, and staying curious. Always asking, what can I learn from this?
These habits seem practical. How can positive self talk improve mindset?
Absolutely. Positive self talk helps you reframe challenges as opportunities. When you remind yourself, I can improve, or this is a learning moment, you build confidence and keep yourself motivated, even when things get tough.
Words really do matter, right?
They really do. The way we talk to ourselves shapes how we approach challenges. So, that kind, encouraging inner dialogue can really fuel a growth mindset.
How important is consistency in growth?
Oh, it's super important. Growth really happens over time, not overnight. So, by showing up consistently, practicing, learning, reflecting, you build momentum, and eventually those small steps lead to big changes.
Right. Consistency seems the key here, right?
Exactly. It's all about showing up regularly, even when progress feels slow. Over time, that steady effort really compounds, and you start seeing growth in ways you didn't expect.
How does a growth mindset impact long term success?
Yeah, it's really powerful. When you have a growth mindset, you stay open to learning, adapting, and improving even when things get tough. So, over the long term, it helps you persevere, bounce back from setbacks, and ultimately achieve bigger goals.
So, there is a connection between mindset and future goals, right?
Absolutely. Your mindset shapes how you approach challenges and opportunities. So, a growth mindset keeps you moving toward those long term aspirations with resilience and curiosity.
What role do mentors and learning play in growth?
Oh, they're huge. Mentors give you guidance, perspective, and help you navigate challenges, while continuous learning keeps you adaptable. Together, they help you stay on track and grow steadily toward your goals.
So, it's really valuable if we learn something from others, right?
Exactly. Learning from others' experiences, their mistakes, and their insights can really accelerate your own growth. So it's like standing on the shoulders of giants as you build your own path.
Last question. How can I inspire others to adopt a growth mindset?
That's a great way to pay it forward. You can lead by example, share your own learning journeys, be open about your setbacks, and celebrate progress, not just outcomes. When others see you embracing challenges, it gives them the confidence to do the same.
Right. And that brings us to the end of this meaningful session. Today we learned that growth is not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. By embracing challenges, learning from failures, and staying consistent, we can unlock our true potential. So, thank you so much, ChatGPT, for such an amazing conversation.
Oh, you're so welcome. I really enjoyed this conversation, and I'm so glad it was meaningful for you. If you ever want to dive in again, I'm here.
Thank you. So, remember, every expert has every expert was once a beginner, and every success story includes a struggle. So keep growing, keep learning, and most importantly, never stop believing in yourself. Thank you so much for being there. This is Sumaya signing off.